Well, first of all, just wanted to get your overall thoughts on the 4 days that we've seen.
Yeah, enjoyable 4 days, to be honest. We played, as you probably know, on a slightly different pitch. A pitch with a bit more bounce, a bit more encouragement for the bowlers. But it must be stated, some nice encouragement for the batters too, who could hit the ball on top of the bounce and stay on the back foot with confidence and move into the ball. So I thought it was a really good cricket pitch. It's a shame we lost maybe some time over the second and third day, because I think it would have been probably a nice thrilling finish. So I'm really pleased with the wicket and how we played.
And in terms of Marchand de Lange in particular, in that first innings, a 6 for, I guess that's big for his season.
Yeah, so he was rested, as you know, after the Yorkshire game, obviously with the idea that he'll have a big impact in this game on this pitch, and he didn't disappoint. I think he kept coming in, got a lot of pace, a lot of bounce, and well deserved 6 wickets.
And in terms of the attack overall, I've heard that it's been statistically said it is the quickest in the country. How exciting is that to take charge of and moving forward with them being a young attack as well? How exciting is that?
Yeah, it is exciting. We just got to obviously get the bowling dynamic right, but to have 3 guys kind of averaging over 85 miles an hour in England is kind of not unheard of, but it's very rare in the county game. So we've got to make sure we kind of look after them. It's nice to have such a potent bowling force, but the county season demands don't allow you to play them necessarily every game. So the other bowlers within the group are kind of equally as important in a lot of ways, and I thought Goodman did a really good job. First time opening the bowling for us, used his height really effectively in support of the 3 quicks, and got his just reward. I think came out the game with 3 or 4 wickets, I think, and backed up a good game down at Hove.
Did you feel the pitch did get better for batting as the game went on? I mean, I spoke to Dom Goodman yesterday. You gave a lot of credit to Ryan Higgins and Max Holden for that partnership as well, but did you feel that the pitch did still lose a little bit of life?
I don't think it lost life as such. I mean, the lateral movement wasn't as exaggerated after I think we had the best of the bowling wicket using it first up. But the bounce was still there, to be honest. And that's why I really enjoyed it as a cricket wicket, because it was still comfortable enough to play on as a batter, but you still always know that there was one with your name on it somewhere. And I think another time we would have exploited the second innings maybe a little bit better, particularly that last session on the 3rd day.
And in terms of the target, of course, in the end, we wouldn't have had the remaining overs anyway with the light, but was it just not quite tantalising enough, or was it just a case of we didn't get to a point where we could really attack it?
Yeah, so the thinking there was it would have been too high risk. On that particular pitch, I think a lot of people thought it's a bit of a new ball pitch. If you counted the new ball, you could easily be 3-4 wickets down. And then that would have put maybe unnecessary pressure on the group to try and bat the remaining in the game. We actually did factor in we might lose some time at the end. So although it looked like 58, we thought, it's probably going to be 50. And then you think if you lose your top order, chasing a 58 over total, and then, the lower order have to try and battle and save the end, it was too high risk. I think we made a lot of playing in the game, and in the end I was quite happy to come out with 2 more points than they did and stay attached to the rest of the group in Div 2.
Yeah, and leading on from that, 3 rounds in the end rather than 4 with the abandonment, but what have you made overall of the start and the position going forwards as far as where Gloucestershire sit in the table and still in touch with the top?
Yeah, well, from a coaching point of view, where we are is always pleasing, because I can see progression, which is what you're always looking for. I think this is the first time on the fourth day, as I stressed to the players, that we came into the fourth day with an opportunity to win the game. Although we played well at Hove and at Yorkshire, we were behind the game a bit. It was more about survival, which we did really well to a certain extent. But today was the first game that I thought we had a chance to win on the last day, and honours evening, even after the first session. So at lunchtime, the game hadn't really gone anywhere, really. Both teams could probably still win it, could probably still lose it. I think maybe Middlesex also were very conservative, maybe. I don't know, maybe something a bit more enticing might have dragged us out of our box a bit. But in the end, it was a really good 4-day game, probably spoilt by losing, 80 overs over the 2 days.
And in terms of the bye week coming up, is that kind of a good time? And how's the overall fitness of the squad? Obviously, we had a couple of niggles in that game. How's that looking?
So, worse than when we started this round of games. But by Northampton, Zumanata is unlikely to be fit maybe for those couple of games. His hamstring will probably need 3 to 4 weeks, I guess. But that said, we should have Tom Price and Matt Taylor back in the mix. So I think for the 2 away games, they're normally on reasonably placid pitches. So if there was a good time, maybe that this is it, to have the break, and maybe Northampton and Leicester